Alright, so I saw the video with the Shapeoko assembly. I think it's the XXL with Winston, and this is me starting my assembly of the Shapeoko 3. I got all the parts unboxed. Finally found the screws. They were in a whole bunch of other stuff, and I also kind of flipped through the manual. So we'll see how it goes. Any glitches and difficult points, I'll probably talk about them. So right off the bat, here's a pain in the butt trying to get these on. This is going to be a lot of twisting of screws with this little wrench, but I'm going to line this up here like this, and then I'll get one started. It doesn't seem to be that easy. I guess it might be tight, some tight tolerances MDF baseboard. Yeah, that's in there. And get one down here. All right, retake. Okay, so these wouldn't go in. I was going to re-drill them, but before I did, I tried loosening all these and then wiggling this around. You do have a little bit of wiggle room if all the screws are loose. And I pushed it way in, and I was able to get this one to catch. And this one was really hard going down. It's not down yet, but everybody's in here, and a little tight going down, but that's the way it is. So I'm going to see what happens with these two over there. Okay, turn it around. Everybody's loose, and it'll do this now. And there is a little bit. There's probably about 6 or 7 thou wiggle room. Now, let me see if I can get these in here. Yeah, made a noise. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, everybody's in. So I'll finish tightening these down. Now, these instructions are confusing. Anyway, it says place the Z plus face down. So I guess this is a Z plus. And they show a picture of it, and they call this the back and the other side the front. So this must be face down. Then it says set the X motor onto the 4 evenly spaced standoffs. And they got a picture. So it must go like that. It says use 4mm hex key and M5 times 10mm socket head cap screws to secure the motor to the Z plus. So that's pretty straightforward. Okay, I was just assuming that since they had these indentations here and a flange here, it was going like that. And it didn't look like the picture. And ain't no way that's going to fit, so it goes like that. Alright. So that's why they have these short screws. I was wondering how that was ever going to fit. So you're probably thinking, well, the instructions aren't really confusing. They're just dummy proof. Well, you know, I think that's a rather valid argument, but here's a tramming plate, and it doesn't look like the picture. So, hey, I could be childish right back. But it says you want to get the smaller hole and put that on the top left. And apparently you could tell by looking at it. Or you take a screw and put it in here and see which has the bigger gap. I think that's got the bigger gap. You sure can't tell by looking at it though. Man, I don't know. It looked like this one was smaller, and I think it's like 2/1000ths. Okay, so they give you some Loctite, and Loctite 242. And it is blue. Says use a drop. I don't know. I got a lot of this stuff. All right. It should look like that. Okay. So I'm going to put these 4 mounting screws, these cap heads here in, and then you've got these long ones for holding the router. And put those in. Now they got 2 boxes here. It says Y-axis left, and the other one says Y-axis right. But then they refer to this as the Y1 carriage and the Y2 carriage. And they don't tell you what the screws to use, but there's a big bag of screws, and it looks like those are the ones. I don't see anything else. So this is easy to figure out though from the picture. In the picture they show you, this is the left one, and this looks like they're calling the left one Y1. So that's going to go on like this, and a couple of screws in this extrusion. They say be certain to put the V-rail basically on the inside, so there's a little hump here, and that is what these wheels will ride on. So I guess we'll put both of these on, and then I guess you put one on and then you slide this on, and then the other one, I have to look at it. So it said be careful, these screws are easy to get cross-threaded in this aluminum here. I'm glad for those tips like that, believe me. But no wonder it's easy to get cross-threaded. This thing weighs a lot. You're trying to put it in with it sideways. So I'm going to start this one like this. It's still like the easiest thing in the world. I'm sorry, they do say which screws they use. They say use M6 12 millimeter. And they say don't snug it real tight yet. And next comes the Z-axis. Before you put this carriage on, you got to open up this space here. So there's an eccentric nut here, and what you do is you take this wrench, and there's a hole in it they call the dimple. And you want that all the way up. So if it's down and the wheel is up, that would mean it's as tight as it could be. So you want to open it up and have as loose as you can be. Same thing for the other side. All right. And now the dimple's up. I hope that stayed in focus. And that should be as much space as you can get between here so you can slide it on. Okay. I forgot to mention, they said push this down with your hands as far as you can. This thing wants to go this way. Now be careful. It's like a delicate balance there. It's attaching this, so I'm going to take it off and put it back on just to show you. Only kidding. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, I got this on, and I left these kind of loose. This is just like a baby. First it lays there helpless, now it can stand on its own, and pretty soon it'll be walking and running. Now you've got these rails. They say one has 2 holes in it, that's Y2, and one has no holes, that's Y1. But I have both, so I guess they decided to make it a little more idiot-proof. So I guess it doesn't matter which is Y1 and Y2 now. Alright, so this is going to just slide in between these 4 wheels. Yes. Alright, so far so good. Alright, next move is putting this one on. There's no top or bottom. Okay, this is a little tight, so I'm going to mess around. There's a eccentric down there. Well, I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's get this in position. Well, they show these things raised up on this packing foam, so I'm going to put it on the packing foam here. And maybe try to get it higher. Whew. This is going to be a job. I may have to unscrew these things. Get this going. Let me raise this thing up and I can lower it down in here because you got some flexibility here. I am in position. In this direction. Now, I'd like to see that a little lower. I've got dozens of line-up punches, but of course none of them handy. I do have like a nail set. Well, it's kind of a punch. Let's see what we can do here. Well, I think that's it. Alright. Now the thing to do is put one screw on the other side in the same way, and that way it'll work as a hinge. And make things a little bit easier over there. Yeah, it's feeling okay. Yeah, it's, the more I do it, the more it feels okay. It doesn't like being put in under all that strain. So, speaking of strain, so I'm going to turn the machine around and I'm going to get one, another one over there, and then we'll. Okay, the last one I did was that corner, and I got all 4 screws in there with not much trouble. But I'm having a fit with these. This one, I got this sort of line-up punch, and I had to pull it over. I got this one in, but now these are not going in. Now that looks pretty straight. And it's not really going. I hate to force it. But sometimes you gotta force it. Let me see. Now see, it's really hard to turn. Not really hard, but a lot harder than you want. But it's going straight. So I'm going to keep going. And that felt a little bit easier right at the end. And anyway, it's threading pretty straight, so it's tight. But it's going. I'm going to stop right there. This one is a little bit off. Yeah, it's hard, but it's going straight, and it's pulling in, so I think we're all right. I don't want to screw up these threads. I felt, you know. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep this one loose here. Give us another good turn. It's hard, but it's going good. Now, I'll try this one more time since the camera's on. It's not, you see, this is going this way, and I ain't messing with it. Let me see if I can pull this a little bit now. That's not bad. It's going this way a little bit. And since it's tight over there, well, I mean, since I got 4 screws over there, it just doesn't want to go. Now, maybe I could try taking the screws out. Now this, you can't see it, but this is coming in a little bit when I pull it. Yeah, it moves about 2 thousandths, 3 thousandths. And this is going up this way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull on here. I'm going to pull on here and see if I can get this thing to go here. Yeah, now that, it bit a little bit and it's straight. I'm going to keep pulling a little bit. Oh, it's going nice and easy. Nice and easy. Alright, I'm going to stop there. Alright, it grabbed and it stopped. But it's going okay, it's going nice and easy. Nice and easy. Okay, just one more corner to go. So I got to be 2:30 and my brain was getting a little whippy. I wanted to take a fresh look at this. Now we're going to tighten up these roller wheels here with the eccentric nuts, and of course what you want to do is make them tight but not too tight. So it even says here if they're too loose, the thing will wobble, and if it's too tight, they won't run smooth. I got this one like totally loose here, and you can see I can lift up on this thing. Okay, So now I know what too loose is. So I'm going to go from here and give this thing a twist. Yeah, now that seems like it's rubbing, so I'm going to come back a little bit. I don't really feel any play. It's running smooth, so I think this is going to be sort of a dynamic thing. There's a little V hump here on the bottom, V hump on the top, and these wheels have a V slot in them, and that's what it runs on. So, okay, I got these tensioned, I think, pretty good. I got the dimple a little more than 90 degrees on all of them. I kind of made it uniform. So I got about 95 degrees. And I see that these got dimples too. Now, I cannot wiggle this up and down, but I see it does this. So I'm going to give these a little torque here. Okay, so here's a tip. When you're assembling this thing, just mess around with this eccentric nut, the cam nut, and keep that dimple up. Don't try to unscrew it from the back. First off, read the instructions, don't be like me. But I spent a whole lot of time correcting a problem when I had it unscrewed it from the back. You only do it from the front, and I guess you're just supposed to turn it clockwise. So that dimple should be straight up when you turn it clockwise, and it's straight down. I think that's maximum adjustment. So I pretty much have gone somewhere for the arm, the carriage arm. I got that. I think I got that unscrewed. So I had to put that back in, and then I could make the adjustment with the nut tight. I mean, I could have done it with the nut loose too, but I didn't like the way that looked. So I like instructions to tell you what not to do. If you can't get that thing on, put both dimples up, and that should be as loose as it gets, and then just do a probably about 90 degrees clockwise. Should put you in the ballpark. That's what did it for me. I'm having a tough time getting these standoffs in, so I had this leftover screw here. I ran it through the back side, could start it from the front, and it went in, and then I put the standoff in, and I snugged it, and it's a little tight here. So much for the paint. There's some debris or paint in this screw hole. After all that, let's see if it goes in. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I'm going to have to use the ply. Well, I could use this. Put the screw on. The trick will be getting the screw out. Well, no, the screw will come out after that. Okay, so. All right, I'm going to snug this up. That's loose. Alright, we'll see how the other one fits. This is for the proximity switch. Okay, here I am trying to get this box apart. Can't get it off this end, so I guess you just have to slip this up. Okay. There we go. Zoom again.